What is Palworld? If you are wondering why everyone is now playing this Pokemon-esque game and you think, well, I'm still on the fence on it and is it just a ripoff and more importantly, is it even a game? Those are all the questions we will answer here in the video, so let's get right to it. You probably have heard the catchphrase Pokemon with guns, and that's not really wrong, you know? It's not like this is a wrong explanation of the game. I would just say it's not 100% fitting. It's more like Ark meets Pokemon. Because yes, there are guns in the game, tons of them, and you can equip your pals, aka the Pokemon, with said guns. But guns come much later in the game. They are like a mid to end game thingy, and even the first gun you will unlock in the middle of the game is a musket. Right? That's your first gun, a musket. So calling it Pokemon with guns, again, is not wrong, but till you're getting to the point where that happens is much later in the game. So the next question is, of course, well, you call it Ark meets Pokemon. What does that exactly mean? It means that this is a survival game. It's a survival game as you know it, right? You are waking up with no clothes really on you, with no resources, and now you are going farming. You are going to get your wood, your stone, your minerals, your food, like the whole shebang of a survival game like Ark. But instead of dinosaurs, you have those Pokemon-esque companions you can capture. And yes, they're your Palworlds, and you can train them. They have talents, they have abilities, they have stats. They're leveling up. Like, it's very much the gonna catch 'em all kind of thing, right? Where you really want to get like the right pal with the right stats, with the right abilities. And sometimes you find even an elite pal, which is like not a shiny, but it's like an elite version of it. It's bigger, it has better stats, it has better abilities, better talents, and you want to get them as well. And now you might ask, okay, so I'm just using them for fighting. Well, you do that too, right? You can use them for fighting, but what you really do with them is you are automating your base. Right, you're building up your base and like in all the other survival games, but then you're using your pals to get the wood, to get the stone, to heat up your furnaces or to cool down like areas with food, right? They're your AC if they are like an ice pal and something like that. Like you are starting to automate the process, and you are becoming more and more industrialized by it. And before anybody thinks, oh, this is a nice game for kids, right? No, please don't do that. This game is not really made for kids. It gets dark very quickly. Like you can even capture humans and basically make them do your bidding. And if you always have those moments in Pokemon where you're wondering, wait a minute, so they are only Pokemon in this game. What are the people eating? Where's the meat coming from? And you slowly realize in the Pokemon series, that's the more you think about it, the darker it gets. Palworld is just like, no, yeah, you see those sheep pals over there? Yeah, you will slaughter them. You will slaughter them for meat and leather. Yeah, you will have a whole industrialized area just for that. Or you have like monkeys which are really good with their hands, and you or cats with their hands, and you just realize, wait a minute, you have some small hands. That means if I'm putting you into a sweatshop and you're creating guns and ammunition for me all day long, yeah, like it turns really dark very quickly. And that's what makes this game so completely unhinged, right? It's a completely unhinged game when you realize what you can do and where you are going with this premise. Of course, people will say, okay, that's fun, but what am I doing in this game? Well, first of all, you have a whole world. It's a huge map with different biomes and pals. There are over 111 pals already in early access, right? And then you have also some humans, and you have like dungeons, you have open boss areas, and you have also those towers from the Syndicate, which are basically your enemy Pokemon trainers, so to speak, right? And you have to defeat them one by one. And that's what at least is in the early access version, because as I said, this is early access. This is not even the full game. And I was a little bit concerned because the creator of this game also made Craftopia, and that game has been in early access for over 3 years now. It didn't really go much anywhere, and it felt sometimes a bit like they have abandoned it. Oh, does it mean Palworld will go down that path? No. You can't really compare them with each other. Like, Craftopia was an okay game which had an okay amount of people buying it. Palworld is already breaking records. When I'm recording this, they just reached over 2 million copies sold. Yes, sold. Not Game Pass, because the game is also on Game Pass. It's also on Xbox if you want to play it. It's all available there. But they sold over 2 million copies already. And they had some server issues here and there. By the way, they have server issues sometimes because too many people are trying to play it. Don't you worry about it. If you don't want to play online, you don't have to do that. You can completely play offline. That's what I'm doing. You also don't have to open up a server for your friends. They are dedicated servers. You can just do peer-to-peer if you like. That's also a possibility. They give you a lot of options, right? You are not bound to those official servers, so don't sweat it, right? But the game is really fun. Like, it's one of those games you are starting and you think, oh yeah, this is nice, this is fun. And then you just realize the possibilities and you realize what you can do in this game. And it just opens up more and more. I have now been playing for, I would say, 8 hours at this point. And after 8 hours, it just gets bigger. More stuff is unlocking, more possibilities. And again, you just realize what you can do in this game. So if somebody is asking me, is it worth the $30? Yeah, if you love survival games with a very adult-themed Pokemon-esque thingy attached to it, like if you loved Ark, this game will be probably totally be up your alley. And if you have Game Pass, you can just check it out. It runs well, by the way. It runs really well. I haven't found any bugs yet. There are a few annoyances here and there on how they're handling a few things in the game, but that's all minor stuff they can fix. The one thing I definitely realized is don't put your pals inside your house. Right now, they have a huge issue with pathfinding. Like, I literally had a pal being stuck in my house, even though they could have just left, and they starved themselves to death if I didn't have noticed it. So, yeah, don't put them in your house right now. Don't let them get in there, because they're getting utterly lost, even though there's not much to it, right? So, I highly enjoy this game. And there are still so many things to do. I'm still in the tutorial area and I have so much to do. It's insane. It's absolutely insane. And yes, that game definitely came out of nowhere. With that said, thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this and want to see more Palworld videos, please don't forget to leave a like and also subscribe to the channel. I would appreciate that. With that said, stay safe and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.